Hi, I'm Lawrence.
I'm Nick.
And welcome to the Nick and Lawrence Show.
So we're going to watch the Aladdin trailer, and we are excited to watch the full act. This is the official trailer. They've only had teasers up to this point, so a couple of things we know. Will Smith's going to be the genie, and we don't really know much else. We've just seen very few snippets so far of what the movie's going to be about. And there are some familiar backgrounds and scenes, so I'm excited to see how true they stay to the original animated movie. After the break, we'll jump right in. All right, so you ready?
Yep.
All right, so we haven't seen this, and we are excited to watch the new live-action Aladdin full trailer. So here we go. All right, ready?
Yep.
All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. Yep. So he's running through Agrabah.
Running from the
Palace guards.
Palace guards,
Yeah, just like the beginning of the animated movie.
Yeah.
There's a boo. A boo.
A boo.
So that looks like a different scene where he meets Princess Jasmine. Oh, there's Jafar.
You stumbled upon an opportunity.
Yeah, there's the parrot.
I can make you
Huh.
rich.
I don't know about Jafar. He looked a little young. He doesn't look very scary.
What would I have
We'll
to
see.
do?
Yeah.
There's a cave of wonders.
Wonders.
Be the lamp.
Oh, they found the genie's lamp.
I am the genie of the lamp. And he'll do the Cardin dance.
Oh.
I stand by my oath, loyalty to wishes 3.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
Hey, can you make me a prince?
There is a lot of gray area in Make Me a Prince. I could just make you a prince.
Oh,
It's like a little Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Are you telling me Aladdin's a Carlton?
Yeah, he's channeling his Fresh Prince of Bel-Air days.
Showtime.
No, I'm in charge, okay? I say when it's time.
really?
I thought a princess could go anywhere.
Not this princess.
Oh,
Do you trust me?
It's just kind of cute for Jasmine.
oh, there's the songs.
Yeah. I don't remember ostriches being in Aladdin.
It's very visually appealing.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember Iago being so big either. Okay. Interesting. Wow. There's a lot in that. I like it. It reminded me. There's a lot of nostalgia in that. I like how it reminded me of the old the animated movie.
Right.
There's a lot of scenes that are very familiar, like when they get on the magic carpet and then they go sing a whole new world, and it's very visually appealing. So
I was trying to figure out where the ostriches were. I thought those were Lion King, not Aladdin.
yeah, I mean, I guess in this one they wanted to have ostriches.
Right.
Yeah. So, what'd you think?
I think it was pretty good. I'm going to have to figure out who the other actors and actresses are besides Will Smith. I mean, it's like no secret that we see, Will Smith. He looks like Will Smith.
Yeah. The Jasmine looks familiar. I think I've seen her in other stuff, but I don't recognize the other actors in the movie. And so, I mean, it's kind of cool though.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like everybody else looks like the characters from the cartoon of Tignius. They're going to be like, no, that's not the genie. The genie would stay blue. But of course, then I figure with the live action, he probably does turn into some human form.
That's kind of, I think that's to his benefit. I think that'll be beneficial to the movie because, I mean, I think having him CGI blue the whole time would be kind of fake. I mean, you could tell that even in the scenes where it was CGI, where he was the genie, it looks very, not very, but it looked fake. It looks like it was a live action version of the genie.
They definitely want to do CG, and they don't want to do what Universal did with The Incredible Hulk and Lou Ferrigno from the 70s and 80s. But that was cool because they did rubber masks and painted in green and stuff. And I think that Disney could at least...
Well, they couldn't get the floating part with the tail. I mean, they could have CGI'd that. But no, I like that he plays kind of like a human throughout the movie, and that's not something that happened in the cartoon, in the animated. He was the blue genie the whole time.
I mean, Robin Williams was gifted to do so many voices, and whenever they penciled in Robin Williams, they would pencil whatever he... And I think Will Smith said he wanted to try as much as he could to contribute to what Robin Williams did, so he did his own little trademark and stuff.
Yeah. Well, because he was funny on Fresh Prince and movies like Hitch, and
Men in Black,
and Men in Black, and he kind of seems like he's channeling that, like that acting style in as a genie in this movie, and I think it works that he plays like a human, at least in these scenes. It looks like he might be in that shape most of the movie, just as maybe he's playing Aladdin's. Like counselor or, advisor. But, yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts about it. I'll have to think about it because, like, that movie was really my childhood, your childhood. Like, and the other thing that I think a lot of people were interested to see how they were going to handle was the genie, because Robin Williams will forever be the genie.
Right.
And with the live action, obviously, it's going to be a little different, because with the animated, you obviously have that animated aspect to it, but all the voice actors in the animated were drawn into the characters. Like like Robin Williams was the genie because they drew him that way because it was his voice. And so, it'll be interesting to see if Will Smith embodies the essence of the genie, I guess.
I almost was picturing like Scott Wagner, who did the Aladdin of the original movie, I thought, and he's still doing Fuller House, and I thought that would have been an interesting, if they had gotten him as the actor, and because they did a whole with the old original Aladdin. They went to Disney World where the Tanners went into the whole, meeting the. Seeing the genie and the whole thing, and Scott Wagner fills in the role of Aladdin, and DJ has the dream sequence because she sees like the different Disney characters as So that would have been interesting if they could have. That would have been an interesting. I think that could have been a really fun choice if they could have. But then he's getting older, and he probably doesn't look as young for the Aladdin.
Well, speaking of the genie, my girlfriend said that, because we talked about the Will Smith being the genie whole thing, and she said, I never saw this, but the Disneyland Aladdin show they don't do anymore.
Right.
The genie that played in that at the the show at Disneyland was really good and really funny. And so that she said, oh, that might have been somebody good to play, but that Will Smith, I think they probably chose somebody that's well known and has like on-screen charisma and it's kind of goofy, and so I think it'll work. I think with the way they showed this trailer, it's not going to be as concerning that he's playing the genie as we thought before. But
it looks like we're definitely getting the Friends song. We got a whole new world. We got at least 2 Disney.
Well, it almost looks like they're doing each scene like scene by scene from the animated. So they have the Cave of Wonders, and then they have him running through Agrabah, and then they have the guards chasing him, and then they have him meeting Jasmine in the market, and then he's meeting the genie and Magic Carpet.
I think there was in the original movie I think there was just 2 songs. It was the genie's song, and then I'm trying to think how many. It'll be interesting how many of the original songs get brought in, and then whatever's stuff that they didn't.
Well, because like with Beauty and the Beast live action, they had a couple new songs also. Yeah,
well, they had songs that were in the vault that just didn't come out, and that was the same with the Christopher Robin movie.
Oh yeah.
Christopher Robin had a lot of old songs. And that was the thing about Christopher Robin was Christopher Robin had Jim Cummings who played Tigger for years on, and he kept reprising his Roller Sticker and Winnie the Pooh, but they also threw in one or two songs that the Sherman Brothers didn't get to do long ago when Walt was alive. So that was kind of cool that they. So hopefully they do the same thing with this movie. It seems like every time that they revise a Disney movie or they retell a new story, they add stuff that didn't fit into the first movie and they extend it.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I think most of it will be the same story, but there's obviously new scenes where it's different. Like it's going to be more
a different angle.
Yeah, and like the scene where he's at the ball or whatever they're having. Right. They didn't have that in the first one. So I think the love story between Aladdin and Jasmine will be more modern. It'll have like more of a modern take on it.
Right.
More of like what you would expect in a live action instead of a 1992 animated movie. Right. But the one thing I did hear about people being like a little upset, and this is silly, but Jasmine not being like an Arabian woman or like a Middle Eastern woman, the actress that played her. And I think that's silly, first of all, because like the fact that somebody would go back and look like, oh, she doesn't look Middle Eastern enough. It's just like
I'm like it's a movie.
It's a movie, yeah. She's not. It's not like she's blonde hair, blue eye, white lady. She is obviously an ethnic actress who she looks like she is playing a Princess Jasmine, and Princess Jasmine was a little bit more fair, and usually princesses in the royalty were a little more fair because they didn't go outside as much. And I think she works. She's cute. Yeah. But I don't like. You'll have to look and see who the actors are for the other characters. But I think the one thing that I'm a little concerned about is the role that Jafar will play. Because based on this, he looks young, and they might make it work, but he doesn't look as intimidating as the original.
I have a feeling that when we hear the voice and we see all that little ass, because you never know. I mean, Jafar is like any of the other Disney villains where they have their jack of all trades. He could look really young, and then all of a sudden, the voice or some, maybe they have some digital thing that makes lasers or something come out of his eyes, or who knows what it'll be. But we'll see him like, oh, he's young, but then at the same time we're like, oh, he is more mischievous in ways that we didn't expect. I'm sure
because in the original movie, now it's kind of popped in my head when Aladdin was drawn to the Cave of Wonders. Was it Jafar? Or I thought it was...
Jafar was dressed as an old...
He was an old man,
He was an old, crippled...
He was an old...
man.
Yeah.
He played his sorcery stuff.
Right.
Just to get him...
it wasn't him. It wasn't like Jafar, like the way he looked.
Right. It's kind of like the witch in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. She starts out being this beautiful thing, but then she does the poison and everything, and then she ends up having the bumps and the the long nose and everything else.
Well, it's going to be a summer of nostalgia.
Yeah.
So with Toy Story 4 coming out June 21st, and the Aladdin comes out May 24th.
Right. And then there's the Mr. Rogers one that comes out in October. Tom Hanks is pretty much from summer to fall with 2 movies, and they did, like I said in our last video, there's been pictures. People are kind of upset that there's no trailer yet, but I have a feeling that with that one, this really is going to be, let's be surprised and see how the movie comes out, because it's been hidden. That's what they're doing, a lot of production work, and whenever Tom Hanks gets a chance on Instagram to provide a picture, or the studio provides a picture, then that's what we get. We get our sample taste through an Instagram picture.
Yeah, that's fun. All right, well, any other thoughts?
Nope, no more thoughts.
I'm excited for it.
Yep.
Okay, well, until next time, I'm Nick.
I'm Lawrence.
And we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.